the first runs we realized that it is a very responsive shoe. A little heavy, but that gives emotions. After 100 miles, will it still be a shoe capable of good emotions? Let's find out. How's it going, guys? I hope you had a good start of the year and that we're gonna have our running events back soon. I'm Stelvio, welcome back in Koreamone, where we talk about running trainings, running shoes and other running gears. Today we're gonna have a look at the new Nike Zoom Fly 4 for the second time, because after 100 miles I will split the video in 3 different chapters that you can find in the description below. In the first chapter we're gonna have a look at the overall conditions of the shoes, so upper, midsole and outsole. In the second chapter we will go through a quick comparison between the running dynamics after the first run and after 100 miles, and in the third chapter, as usual, I will give you my overall opinions about the shoe. But before to start, as usual, if you like this content, please don't forget to contribute, sharing the video, leaving a like, and if you are not yet, subscribe. So repeat with me: sharing the video, leaving a like, and subscribe. Great, subscribe. What an hard life to get a like nowadays. Anyhow, let's dive into it, starting with the overall conditions of the shoe. Let's start with the upper, which is amazingly perfect. Absolutely no signs of wear, color, shape, consistency of the material used, smell. You can feel the smell. It seems brand new despite the miles, so I would say top, and even the internal padding in the corner is looking basically brand new despite the friction with the heel. So really high quality material used, which can last longer, probably more than 300 miles, at least this is my prediction. The midsole is still looking good as well. The few signs of wear are in the heel, where you can see the foam ripples. Landing after landing, it's like when you get old and you have the lines in your forehead. What did you expect? Oh, come on. Botox in the shoe? Nah. Better to talk about the outsole, or maybe not. The outsole is the side of the shoe which is usually more subject to wear. Really? In this case, I have to say, despite my expectations were different, the forefoot is quite in good conditions, still a good grip, not in wet conditions, but at least it's still there. So my prediction is that it will last longer than 300 miles, in my opinion. In the heel, it's completely a different story. A cave is going to open soon. That somehow confirmed my expectation. So despite the material of the rubber looks more durable than in the next percent, still the way how it has been built shows some issues in the heel. Moreover, the rubber got thinner already, so prediction about durability of the rubber in the heel. Let's step into the next chapter. Basically, we are looking at 2 different running dynamics for different running paces, from slower to faster. The ground contact time, to check how responsive is the shoe, lower values indicate better response. and the vertical oscillation ratio, which indicate how efficient you are while running. You can find a quick explanation about the running dynamics here on the left hand side of the slide, and also the table with the list of the paces tested. Looking at the data overall, it's still looking good. The base pace is 3 minutes 20 seconds per kilometer pace, which is the test number 7, and the shoe is slightly less responsive, especially at slow paces, in comparison with the data after the first run, which you can find on the right hand side of the slide. In terms of efficiency, instead, overall it is better, and much better for test number 3, because there is less vertical oscillation. So instead of going up, we are going forward. This is a quite important information we should consider when we buy a new pair of shoes, for not wearing a new pair of shoes for racing. And after having clarified that we shouldn't run as a kangaroo, then we can step into the next chapter, giving you my overall opinions. Well, this is always a difficult chapter for me, I have to say, because I don't like to disappoint anyone. Therefore, I'm sorry with all of you who loves this shoe. I believe Nike made a really good job with the upper, even though sometimes it's too tight in the forefoot. After long trainings, my thumbs is sore, and the shoe is true to size. So the upper wraps pretty well the foot, but made me slightly too strong. The ride was a bit strange at the beginning, but after the first runs I got used to it quite easily, as expected. The shoe was rigid, but not only after the first run, even after 50 miles. I believe this is the result of the combination of the firmer form with the carbon plate. Only now, after 100 miles, it seems to be more comfortable, but still on the rigid side, I would say. Due to its rigidity, the shoe didn't looks good to my calves, which got hard after a few miles in it. So the point here is not the weight of the shoe. I'm quite sure that the shoe is good even for racing, for no elite runners. It is quite responsive. The point is about the rigidity of the shoe. It was quite annoying me during training. So I believe that for the training I will continue to use a lower stockade shoe with a good torsion system, and much cheaper. That would be enough for me. Anyhow, these are my thoughts about the new Nike Zoom Fly 4. I hope that I didn't disappoint you. Fingers crossed that the shoe in the next runs it can lose a little bit of rigidity to have a second better life. With that being said, as usual, thanks for watching. Keep running, guys, and till the next one, see you.